Constitution in full view. The facts are clear. If we were not to proceed, it would say to any president, any future president, whoever she or he may be, Democratic or Republican, that our democracy is gone. The president is king. He can do whatever he wants in violation of the law, in ignoring the acts of Congress.
She can barely speak. I mean, but what we know is she has an iron grip on this process. She is dictating what hearings and when, whether they move forward. This is all Nancy Pelosi at this point. As she tells us, civilization, as we know it, is at stake. And then even she had to laugh at how ridiculous that statement was.
So extreme. Marc Thiessen is a columnist, Fox News contributor, and put in perspective politically what's going on. He does not love the phone call, but this is not impeachable. He went on to write, Pelosi may have signed a political death warrant for moderate Democrats in Trump districts because the numbers are going off the charts in battleground states. For example, here's a quote, while she can strong-arm the moderates in her cause, she can't strong-arm the voters in their districts. Her decision to move forward with impeachment means that many of these 31 Democrats seem destined to lose in November. Apparently, this is a price she is willing to pay to placate her party's virulent anti-Trump base.
He's talking about the 31 Democrats. There are congresswomen and congressmen, 31 of them that are Democrats, that will have to vote yay or nay for impeachment. And if they vote yay to impeach, they're in Trump districts. How will that affect them in November?
Yeah, she flirted with it, and now she's got to walk down the aisle, and it's happening. And the ramifications she can't control at this point. Kevin McCarthy, who wants her job, he's the House Minority Leader, weighed in on why Nancy Pelosi is doing this. Listen.
She loves impeaching this president because she is giving her entire majority away. She has wasted her majority on only investigating and trying to impeach this president. So that tells you a lot about how much she loves to impeach him, because she would put the country aside. No USMCA, no prescription drugs, we're not rebuilding our country. All the things that we have wasted because her only desire is to impeach this president.
She was asked in that town hall, would this be worth it if you get up on Election Day and the exit polls show that impeachment of the president gave him another 4 years in office? He says yes, because this is not about politics. There's no way it's not about politics. It's all about politics, and she might indeed have done that. We know the New Jersey politician, Jeff Van Drew, as well as the Michigan, the Michigan congressman is not going to vote for it. And this Kendra Horn, a Democrat of Oklahoma, says, I reserve judgment until I have all the facts, until I can review all the articles. She's already losing to impeachment if she votes for this. So when you go to Texas and Oklahoma, and they're going to look around and say, you wasted our time, you haven't passed a trade deal, you haven't done prescription drugs, and you impeached a president for dubious, at the very least, a disputable charge?
Are any of them, have we heard, are any of them, those 31, saying to Nancy Pelosi, why are you doing this to us? You're putting our jobs in jeopardy and your own job.
Behind closed doors, reportedly, nobody objected when she said, basically, leave your phones outside, go in this room, and we're going to have a candid conversation. When she said, are we ready to do this? Reportedly, nobody objected.
But previous to that, there were a number of, it's reported that a number of those Democrats had gone to her and said, what about the off-ramp of a censure? Like, this is really moving. But once the train's going, they've got no choice but to be these Democrats' loyal soldiers. But remember, by her own standards, this impeachment is a sham. Compelling, overwhelming, and bipartisan is what she said. I can't move with this unless it's bipartisan. It's bipartisan against. You said it. There's nothing, there's at best disputed on both sides, unless you are literally covering your eyes, which Nancy Pelosi is doing.
Or falling asleep like Jerry Nadler did during the hearing.
And how about the clips of Jerry Nadler in 1998 talking about how we can't do this to our nation, we're tearing our nation apart, yet she says it's about patriotism? Good luck. Take that to the voters and ask them whether or not they think she's a patriot. Well, as we've been saying,
it would be different if they heard this conversation and then they thought that it was impeachable. But they've been saying impeach, 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 impeach since day one. And they tried with collusion, they tried with obstruction, they tried with racism, and now they're trying with this. So America's saying, okay, y'all been saying impeachment. Y'all finally think you found a reason to impeach, but it's not bipartisan. You're right. It's bipartisan against, because you have some Democrats that are saying, no, I'm not in favor of this.
All right, so you know